From finally understanding why Tom Christie protected Claire and Jamie, to fans getting tired of the lead couple's melodrama, these are the controversial moments from Outlander Season 7 so far. Outlander returned to stars with a bang and continued several storylines from Season 6 while also bringing back some old characters from the past, but fans were especially shocked to finally learn why Tom Christie protected Jamie and Claire in Season 6's finale. The proud Jamie could have easily refused Tom's offer to protect them, but he only accepted because he saw the love Tom still had for Claire. During the finale of Season 6, Christie's choice to protect Claire and Jamie from Richard Brown's forces was always puzzling for them, but Episode 1 of Season 7 clarified that his one-sided love for Claire finally changed his opinion of her.
I've spent my life in the attempt to give my love to those who are not worthy of it. Allow me this.
Remember, he called her righteous in Season 6. He even gave money to Claire in jail and asked about Jamie's whereabouts. Tom's intense feelings for Claire ended up solving her biggest problem, and for that, Jamie and she will always be grateful to Tom. It looks like the Christie family's full of surprises this season. In Episode 2 of the season, Alan Christie's confession to Claire revealed a shocking truth about Malva's death. And his confession turned out to be even more shocking when we found out that Tom's initial confession of killing Malva was nothing but a lie because he was actually covering for his son. Putting the confessions of father and son together, Claire got a very clear picture of what happened and what the family thought of Malva. Alan admitted that he killed Malva because she loved Claire, and she wanted to protect her and Jamie from Alan's schemes. Not only did this uncover the tragedy of Malva's death, but it also showed how Claire was the only person who always believed in her. While the controversy of Alan's guilty confession was shocking, fans were also glad that the show proved Malva wasn't always out to ruin everyone's lives. During her confession in the meeting house from Season 6, fans thought she was slandering Jamie. But with Season 7's reveal, it turns out she was talking about Alan and was telling the truth all along. Alan's confession took the audience by surprise, especially because they were under the impression that Tom was the killer. Malva was clearly being exploited by her own half-brother, and she was forced to be in a situation she never wanted. But the show's never failed to impress its fans with all the shocking twists and turns, like the point in Season 4, when our brave time-traveling heroine, Brianna, decided to go back in time to warn Claire and her biological dad, Jamie, about a freaking fire that would have destroyed their house and left them toast. The time-traveling part was already traumatizing for her, but seriously, who wants their parents to go up in flames? Thanks to her little time jump, she got to meet her long-lost father, and they were able to build this amazing relationship. And despite having no plans of staying, Brianna and her husband, Roger, end up settling down in the 1700s, and they never would have left if their daughter's heart defect could be treated by specialists at that time. But things got super intense when Brianna read Claire's letter and found out that the fire did occur, but 9 months in advance of a match that Brianna had created and was lit by Donna. Season 7's third episode revealed that Brianna's time traveling had a real impact, and fans were shocked because it undoubtedly proved time traveling could change the past. Claire and Jamie's future changed because of Brianna, and we know now that time traveling can mess with the space-time continuum in a major way. Outlander never fails to shock the audience with all these mind-blowing twists. In fact, the fire incident from Season 4 led to spilling the beans on not just one, but 2 revelations in Season 7. First, we got to understand the importance of Brianna's time traveling and how it changed the future, almost like the butterfly effect on steroids. Then we finally got to the bottom of the big mystery behind Jamie and Claire's obituary. Remember how in Season 4, after the massive fire, there was an obituary in the newspaper announcing their deaths? That always puzzled the two because they were still alive. Turns out the whole thing was one big misunderstanding. Can you believe it? Season 7's Episode 4 had Claire meeting the man with all the answers, Tom Christie, on a chance encounter. After the fire's destruction, he had this noble idea to commemorate Claire and Jamie's lives. But there was a major twist. He didn't know that the two had actually survived and made it out. How could he? He couldn't have ever known they were alive just from learning about the house fire, since he never made it back to Fraser's Ridge. The missing puzzle piece finally fell into place, and fans were taken aback at the revelation, praising the show for not forgetting about this one detail. Now don't get me wrong, the show has its happy moments as well, like the Frasers getting to know Brianna and Roger's second-born Mandy in Episode 2. After giving birth to her daughter, it seemed like smooth sailing at first. But the episode made a shocking revelation that Amanda had a heart murmur, and it couldn't be operated on in the time period they were in, even with all of Claire's knowledge about modern medicine. But Claire, being the rock star that she always is, knew of a specialist in the present day who might be able to work some magic and hopefully sort out Mandy's condition. Fans were not prepared for the moment that would have Brianna and Roger separated from Claire and Jamie. And it turned out to be sadder than when Claire had to leave Brianna to travel back in time. Bri, Roger, Jamie and Claire pulled out all the stops and rounded up their jewels to make the time travel happen. The last time they tried to do it, it miserably failed and they got stuck. With the stakes much, much higher in this case though, the Mackenzies could only hope that it'd work this time. They woke up, and guess what? Modern day vibes all around. There was a scene with the airplane in the sky, which indicated that they had successfully made it to the 20th century. Speaking of shocking moments, Jamie offers his gemstone to Claire in episode 2 of season 7, showing that he has once again planned for the event of his death. Even if he offered it to her as a way to show that she could have followed Bri and Roger if she wanted to. Claire coming back to the past proved she was determined to spend the rest of her life with Jamie. Cute, right? But to the fans, his big speech wasn't as well received. While it showed that Jamie was ready to let go of the love of his life if he needed to, just like he did in season 2's finale to protect her and Brianna, it created a bit of controversy amongst the show's loyal fan base. The audience wasn't too happy with Jamie's undying need for self-sacrifice and claimed that after 6 long seasons of agony, the need to see their favorite couple live their lives in peace wasn't too much to ask for. They've spent the majority of their lives being violated and separated, and the fans felt it was about time the pair faced the show's drama united as a team. They're not entirely wrong, but perhaps the most controversial scene came from season 7's first episode, which continued from the shocking season 6 finale, where we saw Claire being arrested for Malva's murder, which we now know was a bogus charge. The episode opens up with a chilling scene, and we see Claire walking slowly toward the edge of a wooden platform. She has a rope tied around her neck and cuts to her face, indicating that she's about to be hanged. But the fans definitely weren't impressed with this premiere episode. After last season's crazy cliffhangers, they were expecting something action-packed and amazing, but the scene with Claire was nothing out of the world. The fans complained that despite seeing Claire with a noose around her neck, they knew nothing would happen to their heroine. Meanwhile, Jamie's antics about waking up and assuming the same old role of Claire's savior felt old, tired, and unnecessarily melodramatic. The fact that he's already endured so much throughout the course of the show should have marked the end of Jamie's suffering, but the show chose to do the exact opposite with more of the same. So there you have it, from fans getting tired of the lead couple's melodrama to finally understanding why Tom Christie protected Claire and Jamie. Those were the controversial moments from Outlander Season 7 so far.